So, you want to get started on making working shops in Minecraft? Well, you've come to the right place. Because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do something like this with just a few command blocks. This specific tutorial is the beginner tutorial on how to get started with working with chests, so it is not going to be advanced at all. It is going to teach you the basics so you can then work on it by yourself. So, let's get into it. So for this video, I've made this neat little shop over here. The shopkeeper is not really that important. We've just got him here for some additional detail. But to start off, you're going to be grabbing your chest and you're going to place another one facing the same way. Now, of course, this is going to be in a hidden location ideally, but because I'm just making a tutorial, I'm just going to keep them open so I have easy access to them. So to start off, you can actually name your chest to whatever shop you want. And you can of course use the sign for a cool little effect. So we'll do a cool shop in this case. And so you will see that once you've renamed it, it will actually show up once you've opened it, which is really cool of a detail. So now it's time to get some items that we can sell. Now the first thing to note is that you cannot have the same items as the player's getting. Basically, all these items should either be custom or should be items that the player never uses, because that's really important. If you are looking to sell them a golden apple, you cannot have a golden apple as the logo for purchasing. I know, it sucks, but that's just the way the game works. So instead, you can use something like the enchanted golden apple and just rename it to a golden apple. Or use something like a golden block that you just rename into golden apple. Now in my case, I will be selling some golden apples, some golden carrots, and finally an ender pearl. Some pretty basic items just to show how it works. Now for these two items, I think I'm going to use a block of gold for the golden apple and then the block of raw gold for the golden carrot. And then for the ender pearl, I'll just use something like dark prismarine that we'll rename. After this, we're gonna head into the anvil once again, and we're gonna rename these different things. So the gold block can be named the golden apple, and then the block of raw gold can be called the golden carrot. And finally, the dark prismarine can be called ender pearl. And so you can now place them into your cool shop GUI. Now once you've got your cool shop GUI done, you are actually going to be giving yourself a command block, which of course is done through /give@p command block. After this, you're going to place out the command block, make it a repeat always active unconditional, and then you're going to type in here the command for detecting the items. So in this case, we're going to be working with the golden apple, so we're going to be detecting a gold block. So you're going to type in /execute if entity at p and then a square bracket hasitem and then equals curly square bracket item and then another equals, and we're of course going to type in the gold block, and then we're just going to end those two parentheses. After this, you're going to type in run clear at p and then in this case of course the gold block. So now you will see that if we try to grab a gold block, you will see that it will do absolutely nothing and it is going to instantly clear it. Now after you've done this repeating command block, we're going to place another command block that is going to be a chain conditional always active. Now you don't need to know a lot about the conditional, it just means that this will not run constantly, but will rather run as a sort of chained command after this one has run successfully. Now in here, you're going to type a pretty similar thing. You're going to do /execute if entity at p and then hasitem equals and then the item of course. Now this is where you're going to type in whatever item you want it to be. So for me, it's obviously going to be a diamond. And then you're just going to close those square brackets and then do a run clear at p diamond 01. This is essentially gonna just clear the inventory of one diamond from the player, which will then lead to them getting the item. After this, you're gonna place another one that is also going to be a chain conditional always active, and then in here you're just gonna type whatever you want the player to get. So in our case, it's obviously give at p golden apple, And that's about it. Now I typically like to add another command. This is completely optional, but I typically like to put another one, which is just a playsound random.orb at p. This will just make a little bit of a neat little ding effect whenever you buy it. Now it's important to note that this chest is supposed to be somewhere else from this chest right here. And that's because otherwise you'll run out of stock pretty quickly. So in this case we are gonna be grabbing the coordinates of the decoy chest, which is going to be like the one that you wrote in all the stuff in. And then you're gonna type in the coordinates, which is up there, -32, -64. After you've done this, you can copy those coordinates once again, so you have two sets of the same coordinates. And this is just because the clone command can clone a bigger area and therefore requires two sets of coordinates. And after this, we're just gonna get the coordinates of the actual chest, so it is going to be -34, -69. Nice. And so after you've done this, you're gonna place one final command over here, which is also gonna be a conditional. That is going to be a /clone, and then you're gonna copy these coordinates you wrote down and then paste them in. So as you can see, as long as you have diamonds, you can now buy a golden apple and it will make a neat little sound effect. Now just to prove that this works, if you drop all of your diamonds, it is not going to actually give you the golden apple, it is rather just gonna reset the whole thing. Now in case you can't get these items back, you can always put this final command out as a repeat always active, and then just do it every, let's say, every 100 ticks. And so you will see that after about 5 seconds, it is going to place back that golden apple that was there earlier. And that's pretty much it. You can just do the same thing for all of the other items, where you detect a raw gold block instead of the regular gold block. And then of course just give a different item. Now this system was actually the exact one I used in my recent world, which you should definitely check out the video on. It's a very cool video. But yeah, I just wanted to keep this video pretty chill, pretty clear, pretty beginner friendly, so that you can actually get started with making a working shop instead of having to, well, go through like a 25-minute video on advanced stuff about this that you might not even use. So if this video did help you out, I would really appreciate a like and maybe even a subscribe if you want to check out more of my tutorials. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.